What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we're getting right into the video because I was a little disappointed, but I flew down to Minnesota and they had a little thrift store in the area, so I decided to just pop in there and see what they got. And from my initial walking in, I really thought I was going to be like wowed by a lot of different things, but I will say that I will give it 5 out of 10. They were pretty organized, so I would give them that. They did not have a color of the day. There was like what you saw was what you got, but everywhere is not the same, so I can respect that. They had a variety of different jewelries. The pricing was pretty much, it was okay. I'll say that much. It wasn't too cheap, it wasn't too expensive, but certain things that you thought were going to be more expensive was a little cheaper, and they had a varieties of different things. But it really didn't, speak to, the thrifter in me, but it was overall a nice place. I'll give it that. They were very organized. You didn't see barely anything on the floor. Like, things were put where they needed to be put. You could get things easily depending on, where you were looking. So I would give that to them. As you can see, the overall view of the place, the aisles are clean. Everything is, in place. I'll give them that. But I don't know. It just didn't speak to me. They didn't have anything that was like a wow moment, and I went through those aisles. I'm telling you. Now, as of name brands and stuff, they really didn't have much of that either, which I really don't pay attention to. I don't care. I love the vintage items more than, the Gucci, Louis, whatever you want to consider it to be. I really don't go for those. I go for like the vintage thrifts. Like I said, their pricing was pretty decent. I was in the dresses aisle and I really didn't see much. Like I said, when it comes to name brands, these are some of the name brands that they have. Most of them had tags on them as well. So, okay, that's a Calvin Klein dress that they were selling for 16 bucks, as you can see. If you really look, you will get what you want, I guess, depending on your style. But like I said, it really didn't speak to me. And I think I saw more, items in the men's section that was like, okay, this is worth it. But outside of that, you know, you get what you go for depending on what it is you're looking for. So I'll give them that. So I went to the jeans to see if I could find me a pair or two. Now I did see this pants, which I thought that price was pretty good, but it couldn't fit. Yeah, the prices for the pants, can't lie to you, they were really, really good. They just couldn't fit. And when I did find my size, they just looked weird. So that was a no-no for me. But for the pants, they had some pretty quality, good jeans. The prices was really, really good. I'll give them that. So for me, that was that. I'll give that maybe like 4 out of 10. Now this jacket, I really, really, really wanted it, but I would have had to do some alterations and I didn't want to pay for that. So I left it. Maybe that's someone else's luck. That was a pretty decent jacket too. I've been looking for like a gray, black kind of jacket. I thought I liked it and I tried it on. I wasn't feeling it, so I put it back. As for their shirts and other things, I don't know. It just wasn't screaming, touch me or take me home. So I really didn't get anything out of this aisle, honestly. I did flip through a lot of them, which had some really good prices for the brands that were there, but it didn't speak to me. So I just left everything. But I'm pretty sure this is someone else's gain, so it's not a bad thing. I did like that color pattern and the pattern on the shirt itself, but that's that. Now for their art section, yeah, that was that. And then there are pants for men's, which once again, I think they did better in this department than they did every other department, in my opinion. But I just walked around, looked at a few tags, looked at their pricing, but nothing really caught my eye like that. And the store was pretty packed, or decently packed. They had a 20% off. Um, and then they gave you like this coupon thing, or if you're a member, you can go on their website and they can scan your code and you can get like an extra 20% off. They had that. I'll give them that. But that's about it. Whatever the price was exactly what you paid for, unless you were a member. And that didn't work for me. Now, I did really, really like this kind of like sweater slash shirt. It was both. But I just wasn't feeling it. This would be good for someone's like father, but okay. You know, you know. But they had some decent jackets for men's that if you decided to get it, you probably wash everything you get out of the thrift store, but you probably would have to do a thorough scrubbing. Now, I did love this kind of like vest, but I didn't know who to get it for. So once again, I left it behind, but it was still in like really good shape. I wanted to get this as well, but once again, who am I going to give it to? Left it behind. This one was pretty decent too. I mean, the prices were really good. I'll give them that. They were pretty organized for the most part. I don't know. Their store was not calling my name. And then I also had limited time, so I really didn't get time to like really, feel the energy of the place. They did have a variety of books. Any book you can think of was there. You just had to. Okay, guys, this was a short video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.